What's going on, guys? This is Aussie Van Man. Just waking up here in Bisbee, Arizona. Just clearing my lungs there. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm feeling a lot better. If you hear all that noise, that's all the Harleys rolling through town. After the bike event yesterday, we still got a bunch of them staying in town here. A lot of them are leaving now, heading out wherever they're heading out. Some are coming back into town. But yeah, everyone's car alarms keep going off from all the Harleys rolling through. It's pretty funny, actually. But yeah, just getting a coffee made up, waking up, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. I haven't really got too many plans for today, other than the fact we have to get back to, well, I have to get back to Phoenix today, because I work tomorrow. But I think we'll maybe make a stop or two along the way, see what we can get into today. There's possibly a place that I really like to go. One of my favorite museums here in Arizona I may want to try show to Amanda today. All right, let's wake up, get that coffee, and see what we get up to. Oh my God, it's adventuring with Amanda.
Did the car alarms and stuff wake you up too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was up before 8, so.
I was up around 8.
Yeah. Alright guys, we're getting ready to leave. We're gonna head up. I'm gonna fill up with gas at Benson, and we're gonna eat something quickly at Benson. Then we're gonna go to one of my favorite museums in Tucson, because someone hasn't been there yet.
But he's already gassy.
No. We're going to the Titan II Missile Museum, which is one of my favorites, and Amanda has not been there before.
Correct. In all 25 years I've lived in Arizona, I've never been there.
Yes, it's very exciting. We go down into a missile bunker and see the command posts and everything, and then we go see the missile. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun.
So we're heading to Benson, but as I was driving off, Amanda just told me there's a bunch of green fluid on the ground under my van, so that would say I have some sort of coolant leak going on. Now if you'll remember, last time I had to dump a bunch of money into my van, very recently, they ended up replacing a bunch of coolant hoses. So my guess is maybe they didn't tighten one of them down very well, and because of the high pressure and the high altitude that I'm in Bisbee, possibly that's forced a bit more pressure on the lines, and one of those loose connections may be leaking. I don't know. I didn't see anything running down from the van from under the van, so it must have been a slow drip overnight or something like that. Must have just popped up, because I never noticed anything like that when I take off from work or anything like that. So maybe if I get to Benson, I'll have a look under there, see if I can spot it. If not, maybe when I get back to Phoenix, I'll investigate more. Alright guys, we have stopped in Benson. I just got gas and we're outside a little restaurant we're gonna go check out called the Farmhouse Restaurant. Looks kind of homey and I don't know. Hopefully they got some good food.
Actually hungry now.
You're hungry now?
Yeah.
That's good. So I'm hungry too. Or something.
It was a pretty big pile though.
Alright, so there's a massive line up there. So all the restaurants in this town are like packed today. I don't know why. I guess there is a country music festival going on here, so maybe that's got something to do with it. So I'm gonna start driving towards our location where we're trying to get to and see if there's anything on the way there. Hungry?
I'm very hungry
I'm
now.
starving now.
Me too.
So we found this place towards where we're going. Let's see what kind of food they got.
So when I do a voiceover, I can talk about it?
Yum? Is it very yum?
Honestly.
Yes. The burger's delicious, guys. And by the side of Amanda, you can tell she's enjoying her sandwich too. Alright guys, so we finished up eating in there. Food was great actually. And then we're gonna head up to the Titan II Missile Museum. I jumped online quickly because I know that they're selling tickets online now. Well, they're selling out quick, so we ended up having to take a later tour, and we got the last 2 tickets for that. So we're gonna be there for about an hour sitting before our tour actually starts. So I'm gonna sit in the van, do some editing and stuff like that, hanging out at the outside the gift shop until they're ready for us, I guess. So let's head on up there. All right, we're here. Just wanted to mention really quickly how beautiful an area this is out here. Really, really cool. Look, we got snow in the mountains here. Desert all out here. Also, by the way, this antenna they have here, this is, I believe, the old original antenna they used out here. But as it says over here, amateur ham radio enthusiasts can actually hook up and use this antenna for free. So that's really cool. And there's a big old, like a falcon just nesting on top of it, which is kind of funny to see. Oh, he just did a big old poop off the top. So over here is the facility. We'll see more of that later. And then there's all this, like, I believe it's mining that they were doing here, but they piled all the tailings up everywhere, or the earth, whatever. Pretty crazy. I guess I never really realized how beautiful of an area it is out here, but it really is a beautiful area out here. And it is building up, definitely building up down here. It's becoming more of a favorable area. All right, we're gonna jump in my car, do some editing. I may even put the drone up. I think this place would be cool to see with the drone. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm kind of nervous though to go underground. I hope I don't panic.
It's nothing like the caves on mine that I go into. It's well lit and lots of space, so you'll feel fine. Would you want to live down there?
No.
There's an Airbnb where you can go in and stay in one.
You can go.
I do want to, but it's like $600 a night though.
Okay, you can go. Let me know how it works
We'll
out for you.
costs,
No,
yes.
thank you.
Alright guys, we're just waiting to go in. A couple of minutes, we should be getting ready.
We're here for the 2:30 tour. If you could please
Alright, we're heading down. What's that?
Kind of nervous.
Oh, why are you nervous? It's pretty cool. It's very cool.
Different. I brought Jacob on this way.
Yes. No, he's catching me at the bottom.
Watch out, there's a step up.
Thank you. Tour guide for today. We just made it to the bottom of the access portal, and soon the crew would come to make their fourth and final phone call. The fourth boat is right over here, and the purpose was to coordinate opening these giant blast off doors. Any guesses how heavy they are? Tons.
50 pounds.
2 tons.
You're so close. They're 3 tons. That was such a good guess. They're 6,000 pounds each. So if they get their workout in going down the stairs, they have to open these giant doors too. But the purpose being to protect, of course, the crew inside, and the missile, and the silo. Where I'm standing is considered the hard area. I would survive a nuclear attack, a physical attack, any man-made attack, any natural disaster. I'd be okay. Where you guys are standing is unfortunately the soft area. So I would just be inside worrying about you guys. So sorry, friends. These doors are on 4 hydraulic steel locking pins. And they're electronically interlocked. And so to unlock them, the oncoming commander would press a button right here, at the same time as the commander inside to open these giant doors. We're gonna make our way to the control center now. This door is bolted shut, but you can give the second one a good pull so you guys can move 6,000 pounds.
Close it on the pans. My kids work here.
Right. And watch your head here, definitely, if you're tall.
Yeah.
Maybe I've knocked some sense into you.
No? Well, do that.
Yeah, you're past that, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna squeeze
Yes.
past you guys. Sorry, excuse me. Would anybody else like to help me launch a message today?
Yes.
I will.
Uh-huh.
You will? Perfect. So this is our control center. This is where the crew spent most of their 24-hour shift, or alert as they do it as. What do you guys think they're doing for 24 hours? That is a long amount
Video
of time.
games.
Not
No.
yet. We didn't get there yet, but we did have a TV. They watched some TV down here.
Play cards.
They were playing some cards. They were smoking down here.
Oh, yeah.
There's an ashtray in the commander's console. That's crazy. So we have 8 hours down for the day. We had 4 hours to be by themselves. Upstairs is our crew's quarters. They were allowed to be there to like shower, eat, sleep, do everything they needed to by themselves. And the only place in the entire city that they could be by themselves. As we walk around, we notice 2 men's zone signs. No one person can be by themselves. They have to be accompanied by someone else at all times. That was a safety precaution. Sure. Make sure no one messes with anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made it today.
Right. And so our crew is made up of 4 personnel. We have our missile combat crew commander, which I'll be saying commander because that's a mouthful. And then we have our missile combat crew deputy, which I'll be calling deputy. These are our 2 officers down here. The only people that are allowed to be armed. And then outside of them, we had our enlisted personnel. We had a ballistic missile analyst technician, or a BMAT for short. They were in charge of the missile upkeep, and all these lovely panels. Then we had a missile facilities technician, in charge of this panel here.
and everything from the electrical, the plumbing, the heating, all that good great stuff. And that's all underneath us on the 3rd floor, along with the escape hatch. So if whoever ever did come through, let's start with the president. They'd have 10 minutes to decide. That would go to the Pentagon, then to the Strategic Air Command, and then to an Air Force base in Nebraska, to be sent out to all 54 active missile silos. The crew would hear a loud alarm overhead, and our commander and our deputy would know to grab these 2 red binders. You guys can open them too if you like. I'm gonna play a message overhead so you guys can understand it. All right, so we all know what to do?
Shoot. Press the button.
That's all in code. And so decoding for the team, the purpose of these binders was to write down exactly what they heard to make sure they got the code correctly. And then they're going to play a second time, and they're going to swap binders. So go ahead and swap binders with your commander and deputy. And the second time is just for verification. So now they would confirm if they got the same message. Commander, did your deputy write it down correctly? Perfect. Deputy, did
I
your
don't
commander-
even know what's right, so.
It's okay. Yes. Deputy, did your commander write down correctly?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So if they both agree, if they both get the same message, they're gonna head to that red safe that's over there. That is called our EWO safe. It stands for Emergency War Order. As you notice, there's 2 padlocks on the outside, one belonging to our commander, one belonging to our deputy. Once the oncoming crew came in, the oncoming crew had to watch them take those padlocks off, and they had to watch the new crew put the padlocks on. When they were not in this facility, the padlock had to stay on their person at all times. Whether it be around their waist, around their hip, however they wore it, they had to keep it on them at all times. They could not share the passcode with one another, with their partners, with their friends. If the president asked them, if it's a trick question, they were going to lose their job. They could not give the passcode to anyone. So inside of that safe, you're going to find 2 keys, one for our commander's console, one for our deputy's console, and we're going to find a bunch of things that look like this.
Launch codes.
Nope.
Another code?
Another series of decoding. This is called a cookie card. It gets that fun name because it's hard. You have to break it open like a fortune cookie. And they knew which one to break open because it would match up the 2 letters and numbers that are on the card to the first 2 letters and numbers in their code. Pretty nifty, right? So if we're going to launch a missile, what information do you guys think we need? Inside of those slips, we have this red card. And this is what we have to decode.
Heads up, I'm going to be a few minutes behind checking in for 3 o'clock 4. I should be up there by 2:55.
Ignore that. That was not part of the door. So we have top secret on here. The rest is in code though. What information do we possibly need to launch a missile?
Longitude, latitude.
Okay, where is very important. And so in our commander's console, you guys can come closer if you'd like to. We have targets 1, targets 2, and targets 3. Target number 2 is lit up because this silo was always designed to go to target number 2. And if orders came through to change to 1 or 3, the crew could do so, but it was always designed to go to target number 2 first. Any guesses to where that was?
Russia, Moscow.
Okay, good guess, good guess. That's the right answer. It's classified. You never knew, we'll never know. And so we know target number 2, that's all that we have. They did that as another safety precaution. At the time ever actually did come, they did not want them to hesitate to turn those keys. Don't want them to think about some long lost cousin, how populated, dense it was, nothing. They wanted to just turn the keys, So to keep that, they do not tell them the location. Right? So we kind of have our where. What else might we need?
When?
Perfect. I walked you guys to it. So our second piece of information is our time. What time is it in Australia?
Australia.
Okay, what about Nebraska? Right? We have no idea. We didn't want the crew to think about that either. We didn't want them to confuse Eastern, Pacific, none of that stuff. And so we use this time over here. So 24-hour time, or ground zero for Zulu time, also has Greenwich Mean Time. Yes?
Could I ask Siri what time it is in Australia?
Sure.
Hey Siri.
If you can.
Oh, we don't have service down here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Pretty good.
Sorry about that, dude.
Right now.
There's no service now.
Nope, not in this area.
So can we like get him a job so he can't ever have service?
Honestly, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, escape the internet.
Right? And so we have our where, we have our when. What else might we need?
Why?
You're so close. How about our verification? Do you want to know if it's real or not? We definitely want to know that before we turn the keys. And so the first piece of information on the top is our verification code. It tells us if it's just a practice, if it's a drill, or if it's a real launch code of orders.
Oh, okay.
Very important. Our third piece of information is our butterfly valve unlock code. This is our butterfly valve. This is on board the Titan II. It once held our oxidizer and our propellant. When those two liquids mix, they combust. We do not want that to happen until we're ready to launch, and so we keep them safely secured and locked away from one another. Our commander would read off the last four codes, or the last code for the butterfly valve unlock. So our BMAT, the Ballistic Missile Analyst Technician, the BMAT would type in the code here, turn back to the commander, say, Commander, is that right? He'd say it one more time for verification, and then we send it off, and this is what begins our launch sequence. Our launch sequence is also on the commander's console. It starts with our launch enable. That means our butterfly valve has been unlocked, and we begin the rest of the sequence now. Next, we have our batteries activated. We have two dry batteries on board of the Titan II, the back electrolytes above them. Electrolytes would be pierced, fall into the batteries, and that is how the missile got its charge. From there, we have our APS power. That means that the missile is now disconnected from the silo's power supply and running on its own power supply. Then we have a silo soft. We're going to hear a loud alarm. That means our silo doors are opening. We don't want to launch and close silo doors. This is a very important part of the sequence. From there, we have our guidance go. That means our missile knows where it is currently, and the missile, only the missile knows where it is going. After that, we'll hear another alarm for our fire engine. That means there's a fire in this silo. On a normal day, yes, that is a bad thing. But what we're trying to accomplish, that's exactly what we needed to happen. Then immediately after, we have our liftoff. All right, you guys ready to launch a missile?
How long does that sequence take? Start to finish?
I'm going to show you. We're going to go see right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and stand up for me.
Remember what you're supposed to do.
Your keys are right here. Do not do anything yet until I tell you to do so. Deputy, go ahead and stand up for me. Your key is right here. Also, do not pull them out, okay? I can take this one now. All right, you see where your key is? All right, do you notice anything about these two keys?
They're red. They're a red piece of tape on them.
What about with my arms?
Here, me.
You can't reach them both. But that's another safety precaution because you didn't want one man to go rogue on his lunch break, turn the keys, send up the missile. And so two people have to agree at the same time to turn the keys for it to happen. All right, Commander, they'll do a countdown. They'll say 3, 2, 1, launch. You're gonna turn to the right towards me. To me, yes. You'll hold it for 2 seconds and we'll see what happens. Do you remember what to say?
3, 2, launch.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, launch.
Okay, we have some lights. You guys can release and take a seat. Our butterfly valve has been unlocked. Our batteries are now being activated. And the battery activation is the longest part of our sequence. It takes 28 seconds. That's the long part. During this little lull, I like to think about what the team might have been thinking or feeling, knowing that if we just launch a nuclear weapon, that some are coming right back at us. Our APS power, our missile's now running on its own power supply, disconnected from the silo's power supply. That's our silos off. Our silo doors are open. We have access to the sky. Our guidance scope, our missile knows where it is, and only the missile knows where it's going. The next alarm looks like it's coming from underneath you, from the floor, for our fire alarm. Fire in the silo, and liftoff.
What'd you think, Amanda? Was that fun?
I mean, it's crazy to think of that sort of like technology being seamless back in the 1960s and 70s, right?
Mm-hmm. Very
It's so
cool.
simple and yeah,
Rocket Commando Mandor.
that's definitely to be excited.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So this is like freestanding. Is that how wide it is?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I was wondering what an SCM would look like on one of these places.
We need the water to react with fire to create steam. We cancel out the noise energy.
Or is that the
That is my favorite engineering fact.
It was pretty cool. It's not my fourth or fifth time here, but every time there's something in the news that I pick up, it's really awesome. What'd you think, Amanda? Was that fun?
I mean, it's crazy to think of that sort of like technology being seamless back in the 1960s and 70s, right?
Mm-hmm. Very
It's so
cool.
simple and yeah.
Alright guys, whew, I'm a little sweaty. It's warming up out there, guys. I'm actually getting sweaty. That was a great tour. Yeah, Amanda's first time. It's like my 5th time, I want to say. I have a much more detailed experience in there, but I might link that in the description if you want to see my video I did, I think last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember. I did I can't remember, it was maybe 2 years ago I did a video here. I've been here like, I want to say 4 or 5 times now, but yeah, always fun. There's always something new. They're collecting more relics and bringing them in. I didn't recognize any of the tour guides. There's a lot of young blood coming in now. All the old guys, I don't know, maybe they're retiring or something, so I didn't see anybody that I remembered here. A lot of new folk in here. But yeah, super cool. There's one of these places, I believe, it's not the same Titan II missile project. I think it's a Minutemen or something like that. They got one up in like South Dakota that I want to go check out. I believe there's a missile silo in New Mexico that you can Airbnb for $600 a night that I really want to go check out. Maybe if I save my pennies in the next couple of years, maybe I'll be able to go there. There's also a hotel, a missile silo hotel with like rooms you can rent out. Apparently, I don't know where that's at, but I've heard about it. And then there's another one somewhere else. I don't know. Very cool though. All right, we're gonna hit the road and head back to Phoenix. There's not much else to do other than say goodbye, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Yeah, until next time, this is Aussie Van Man. We'll see you later.
What's going on here?